Hello again, welcome to another Computer Science 0478 IGCSE past paper walkthrough. This time we're only going to be looking at Part B, not Part A, which in this case Part A was the pre-release. We're just going to be looking at Part B, which is the remaining marks on that paper. Paper 2, Problem Solving and Programming, October-November 2021. Okay, as you can see here, an hour and 45 minutes for the paper. The 45 minutes should be sort of for the pre-release. Not that we do a pre-release anymore, but you do the big 15-mark question at the end. Okay, certainly for this year and next year. We're going to attempt the tasks. We are going to not use a calculator. We are going to not use correction fluid. And this paper totals at 50 marks. Okay, but for this one, we're going to be concentrating on the 35 marks for Part B. Okay. So, let's start. Okay, Section B, as you can see here, Question 2. Question 1 was the pre-release on this particular paper. Question 2, tick one box in each row to identify if the statement is about validation, verification, or neither. Okay, validation and verification. So, a check. So the statement is a check where data is re-entered to make sure no errors have been introduced during data entry. Okay, is that validation or verification? Well, verification is generally the re-entering of data, sort of the double. Is this right? Okay, the check sort of says, is this right? Have a little look. Usually to do with passwords. If you enter your password once or your email address, enter the email and then enter the email again. Okay. An automatic check to make sure the data entered is the correct number of characters. Okay. If you've got to enter your passport number, which is maybe 10 digits, then this will check whether or not it has got 10 digits. Or your PIN number, if you're using an ATM machine. Okay, has it got 4 digits, 5 digits, or whatever your country uses in terms of the maximum number of characters for your passcode? This would be an example of validation. Okay, a check to make sure the data entered is sensible. What on earth does it mean by sensible? Well, sensible generally means if it's within the requirements that what has been asked for. Is it a mixture of letters and numbers? What's been asked for? Does this look like the data that has been asked for? Okay, again, that would be a form of validation. And then a check to make sure the data entered is correct. Well, that's very general, isn't it? You could argue it's very similar to this one, a validation check. Okay, but a check to make sure the data entered is correct. It would be neither, because it's neither here nor there. It's so obscure and vague that you generally go for that. But yeah, that could throw you a little bit. Okay. Okay. So that would get us 3 marks. Okay. If column 1 is correct, if column 2 is correct, if column 3 is correct. Don't worry that you've done 4 ticks. It's based on the columns. Okay. Right. Let's go up. A program checks. Question 3. Program checks that the data entered is between 1 and 100. Okay, the number 1 and the number 100, inclusive. Okay, so it can be 1, it can be 100, and any number in between. Identify one piece of normal, extreme, and erroneous test data for this program and give a reason for each. You really need to know what erroneous means. Okay, extreme and normal. Okay, well, we're checking any number between 1 and 100. Okay, so 50. Okay, would be test data. 5, okay, 75. Any of these numbers, anything between 1 and 100. Okay, so I'm going to put a value that is well within the specified range. Okay, then we move on to extreme test data. Well, extreme is a little bit like boundary data. Okay, a little bit like boundary data in terms of it's either going to be the 1 or it's going to be the 100. Okay, reason this data, these numbers are right at this data, these numbers are right at the limits, of the range. Okay, and then erroneous data is information data that would not fit into this range. So it wouldn't be 1 or 100, wouldn't be any of the numbers in between. So something like 150, something like 5, okay, minus 20. Any of these, so we've got something that's a string as opposed to a number, something that's above the range we've been given, and something that's below the range we've been given. So this reason, basically, these are outside the valid range, okay? And that is 6 marks. Those there are 6 marks. 6 of the easiest marks you're going to get on a paper. So we go back. We've got 9 marks. Out of the 50 on this paper, we've managed to get 9 of those marks. Because here we have got, I'm going to zoom in a bit. Okay, question 4. The pseudocode, always one of these questions, and these are nice as well. You've got to sort of scrutinize it a little bit. The pseudocode algorithm should work as a calculator and output the results. I'll read through it. Continue has been set the value 1. While continue equals 0, well, how can continue equals 0 if it's been set the value 1? That's a bit weird, isn't it? So I'm going to put a little mark on there. Doesn't make no sense. Output, enter 1 for plus, 2 for minus, 3 for multiplication, or 4 for dividing. Okay. Input the operator. Output, enter the first value. Input value 1. Output, enter the second value. Output value 2. Kind of output there, that's wrong, isn't it? Okay. If the operator is 1, the answer gets a value is 1 is added to 2, 1 is taken, 1 take away 2, 1 multiplied by 2, and 1 divided by 2. So we've got a case statement, but we've got an if operator. That's a bit weird, isn't it? So we're not, are we having, is it going to be a case or is it going to be an if? Okay, so there's a problem there. Output, the answer is value 1. Surely the output, the answer is answer. Okay, I'm not sure about that either. Output, do you wish to enter more values, yes or no? Input more values. If more values equals no, then continue has been assigned value 1. Good, okay. End if until continue equals 0. Now I sort of get it. Let's have a look then. So continue has been assigned value 1. So really while needs to equal 1. So continue has been assigned value 1 while continue equals 1. Yeah, then do all this. Okay, so let's have a look at what we need to do. So I might have to come up and back and forth. So errors, find 5 errors in this one. My word, 5 errors. Did we find them? 5 marks. Okay, so where is 6 marks for this? We've got 5 marks to find for this. So let's do the first one. Error line 2, and that is while continue equals 0. While should be while continue equals 1. Okay, and that marries up with that. Error number 2. What did I say for 2? Output, input, output, input, output. Line 8. So error line 8. Okay. It should be, which is output value 2 should be input value 2. Okay, let's move up a bit. Okay, this one, because we've got end case, this is what I was talking about before, yeah, it should be case of, okay? We'll do case of, so I'm going to put a little mark in there. So question line 9, okay? If operator should be case of operator, okay? And that means that this is correct, okay? So that needs changing, that's the wrong bit there. Okay, then, let's say 15, so line 15, okay, output the answer is, value 1, that should be, okay, it should be one of these, any of these, where the answer has been assigned. So this, yeah, should be answer, okay. Output the answer, so look at the back of my head, is answer, okay. And then finally, it's this one just down here. Got some problems down here. Because I've got a while loop, while continue equals 0. So continue 1, while continue equals 0. So if more values equals none, then continue must be equal. If more values equals no, then continue, that there should be 0, okay? And then this line here, yeah, is rubbish. That should be while. That's the way I'm looking at it. So how many errors have we done? 4. So I can do either of these, I suppose. Yeah, let's just change 20, but then that needs to be, that one has an effect on the other one. Let me change, I'll just change 20. Line 20. Can you see that? Yeah. If more values equals no, then that changes to the continue to 0. That means that would end the while loop, okay? So by having this in, we need to both make that 0 and then end the while loop. Just 6 errors I can find. But let's do this. Line 20, continue, yeah, arrow 0, continue, arrow, sorry, put that out. Continue 1, continue 0. Okay, and the end while could be an alternative, I suppose, to any of those. But line 2, line 8, line 9, line 15, line 20, and line 22. Okay. Okay. Now we've got here. Can you read this? Because it's part B, we're sticking with the same question. The algorithm needs changing to allow only the numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we're going to do some kind of verification, some validation. So people can't enter sort of anything, yeah, to be entered for the input operator variable, the operator. Okay, the operator is there's those options on the menu. Write the pseudocode to perform the task and state where in the algorithm it would be. Okay, so we're talking about here. It's to do with this. Okay, I'm going to put something in there. Output value, the first value. So we're basically validating this here. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to use those two blocks of code if it lets me. Okay, I'm hoping you can. I want to make this nice and big. But first of all, I'm going to do it down here. Output, yeah, enter 1, 4 plus 2, 4 minus 3, 4 multiplication, 4, 4 divide. Okay, and then I've got my input operator. Okay, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a repeat. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that, those 2 lines, repeat these 2 lines here until what? Until operator equals 1 or operator equals 2. I'll put them in like this, or operator equals 3 or operator equals 4. Okay, so that will give me it. So I'm just going to do a repeat until. Yeah, so I've got to loop this part of the program around. That's my validation based on 1, 2, 3, or 4. Anything else, I could include it if I want, but anything else, I could say invalid input if I wanted to. But no, I'm just going to do that. If people put the wrong thing in, yeah, let's see. We can go over complicated. Okay, I think that's enough. Location in the algorithm. Okay, before processing input value. Okay, before processing input value. Line 4. Okay, so that should be it. I think that should get us 4 marks. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure you're going to be able to read this, so we'll see what we can do. The flowchart represents an algorithm. The algorithm will terminate if -1 is entered at the list input. Okay, start. List 1 and list 2 have been assigned values of 0. Okay, input list. Is the list equal to -1? Yes. Okay. Output list 1 equals, comma list 1. Output list 2 equals something list 2. Is list 1 greater than list 2? No, output list 2 is the greatest. Yes, list output 1 is the greatest. End it. Then we've got some other things here. So input list, is list equal to -1? No, it's not. So we input a value. Is list equal to 1? No. Is list equal to 2? No. Output input error. So we've got to put either 1 or 2 in. If is list equal to 1? Yes, list 1 gets assigned list 1 plus value. Okay. Otherwise, list 2 gets assigned the value list 2 plus value. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Try and leave that as much of that on screen. Complete the trace table for the algorithm using the input data. So first of all, let's set these two values to 0 and 0. Yeah, list 1, list 2 is 0. Now, I work from left to right. There's no output at the moment, so I'm going to come back around and I'm going to start with 2. Look at all this data we've got to enter, 2. Okay. But you can see we can pick out some 2s, some 1s, some 2s, 1, 1. We've got -1 there, which if we look at is list equal to -1. Okay, so I've put 2 in here. Yeah, put my first value in, input list. Is list equal to -1? No. Input value. I think I've got it. Okay, so the value must be this thing here. So the value, yeah, is 77. Okay, is list equal to 1? No. Okay, is this equal to 2? Yes. List 2 gets assigned list 2 plus value. So list 2 gets assigned list 2 plus value, the value 77. Okay, where do we go here? Let's have a look. Back onto there, no, up. Back down here, input list. So we're back on now to number 2. So here we go, number 2. Number 2, does it equal -1? No, it doesn't. Input the value. The value here is 16. Is list equal to 1? No, it's not. Is list equal to 2? Yes, it is. We're back into where we were before. So list 2 gets assigned list 2, which is 77, plus value. So 77 plus 16 is 3 and 9. 93. Background again. Input list. This time we've got a 1. Okay, I'm assuming we input the value again, yeah, 35. Okay, still not sure what this algorithm is doing. Is list equal to 1? Yes, it is. List 1 gets assigned value, list 1 plus value. So list 1 here. Are we totaling up 2 lists? It looks like we might be doing 35. Okay, background again. Let's have a little look. We're going back up here, input the list. This time we're on list 2. Okay, this time we've got a value of -7. Okay, I'm assuming we're going to do this. So 93 take away 7 would be 86. Background again. Hang on, hello, what's 5 doing? 5 and 18. Input list 5. That can't be right. Okay, so we've inputted 5. Now 5 is not 1 or 2. So let's have a little look at this. Is list equal to -1? No, it's not. No, input value. Value, okay, is still going to be 18 here. But if I come down here, is list being 5, is it 1? No. Is it 2? No. So output, got our first input error here. So let's have a little look. Yeah, output, input error. Okay, you all right?
Yes.
Yes. Now we're back to the main ones. I can put these in. 1, value, stores 11. Background here. So we're going to add 11 to 35, which should give us 46. So I've done that. Back again, 1, 12. Okay, tick tickety boo. 12 plus 46 is 58. Okay, now we're back round to list 2, which is 20 for the value, not 200. You're losing the plot. 20. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, what do we do? Can I remember? List 2 plus value. Okay, 86 plus 20 gives me 106. Okay, now we've got -1. Okay, now -1, we'll put in here. Yeah. Start list 1, list 2. Is list equal to -1? Now it is. Okay, so what we're going to do here? Yes, output list 1 equals colon, comma, list 1. Okay, so list 1, let's put that in here. List 1, yeah, equals, quotes, whatever list 1 is. So list 1 equals 58. Okay, output list 2 equals list 2. List 2 equals 106. Okay, I hope you're following this. Output, is list 1 greater than list 2? No, it's not. Therefore, we output list 2 is the greatest. I think it is, can I remember? List 2 is 106, so I'll leave a gap. List 2 is the greatest. Okay, that should give us 5 marks. How does it give us 5 marks? Because that column, that column, that column, that column, and that column should all be correct. Okay, so how many marks is that? That's 5. 5, yeah, for that question there. Okay, we're now on to the final question, which is the database question. Okay, a pet supplier uses the database stock. Okay, the database table stock. This is called, yeah, this table is called stock. Okay, stock. To keep records of its products for pets. Product ID, code to identify the product name, name of the product description, information about the product, animal, type of animal the product is, e.g. is it a cat, a bird, or a horse, the product type, is it food for that particular animal, toy, medicine, and in stock, whether the product is in stock or not. That sounds like a Boolean data type. Identify the field that could have a Boolean data type. So obviously this, it's either in or it's not in. So this would be in stock. Okay? None of the others can do that. We've got different choices here, different choices here. Description, text, we've got the name of the product, we've got product ID. Okay, product ID, I would have thought, based on this, identify the field that should be used as a primary key. We've got no data, we don't know, but I would have thought product, and this is for the easiest 2 marks you could possibly get, product ID. Okay, good. Now then, let's leave that on screen. Okay, complete the query by example grid. Okay, to output the products intended for a cat that are in stock. Okay, so cat in stock. Yeah, cat in stock. Display only the primary key. Okay, which we're talking about product ID, and the name of the products. The output should be sorted by the primary key. So what do we need to show? Let's do the show first of all. So I'm going to need animal. Let's put in the first one though, because it says display only the primary key. So let's go field product ID. Okay, what else do we need? So we've got the product ID, the name of the product, prod name. Okay, it doesn't mention description, it mentions cat, so we need animal. Okay, and we need to know whether or not it's in stock. So let's put in stock. I don't think I need anything else. Prod name, prod description, animal, product type. Say anything about product type? No, I think that's it. Complete the query grid to output the products intended for that are in stock. Display only the primary key and the name of the products. Yeah. So I'll display the primary key and the product name. The product is intended for a cat, so the criteria must be cat. Yeah. The output should. I don't know whether I'm not sure whether we do these on future papers. I think we have switched to SQL querying. But okay, this is that. Product ID, show, product name, show. Animal is cat. And then we've got to sort. The output should be sorted by the primary key. And stock, I'm assuming because it's Boolean, I'm going to put stock criteria. Yes. Yeah, and I'm going to sort this in by the product ID ascending. Okay, so it's sorted in ascending order, showing the product ID and the product name for the animal cat, where the in stock, is yes. I don't know why I've put it there, there's nothing there, look. Okay, good, we didn't need anything there. We could have had product name, we could have had product type, but we're not showing it anyway. So they're the 4 that we would use, okay? I'm not sure whether these query by examples are still in. I've not seen any of these query by example tables for a while, but this is 2021 paper. Okay, so that's it. Well, that is it for part B of this paper. So what have we got? 6, 11, 16, 21, 24, 30. Okay? Ah, yes, 30. This is when the pre-release used to be worth 20 marks. Now, of course, there's no pre-release and the final question is only worth 15 marks. So there's your 30, easy 30 marks. Okay, these still applicable, these still sort of feature. Okay, there will always be one of these. There will always be some pseudocode, but there's usually more pseudocode now. There will always be either a flowchart or some kind of pseudocode that we need to do some kind of trace table with. And there will always be a database question, but it might be linked more to SQL as opposed to this query by example grid. But that is it. So thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.
And finally, if you wish to buy me a coffee, I'd be truly grateful. Please visit buymeacoffee.com/learning zone. Thank you very much indeed. See you next time. Bye for now.